go for this break. When we return, we'll bring you details of these headlines and some other stories. Do stay with us.
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes! Right at Olojudo's Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your event on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talking. Simply visit us at Olojudo's Palace, Ido Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803 526 5812 or 0916 340 0878 or 0806 511 4430. You can also call 0806 380 8891 at Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
You just joined us. The Daily Dose on Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti is what you are listening to at this time when we're bringing you stories making rounds in the national dailies. Now let's go into the details of those headlines. And I begin from the Punch newspaper this morning, where it was written and reported there that post-NEC meetings, APC, PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. Now let's see what it has a rider. It says, new APC chair Yilwada vows Tinubu's return. Makinde Bala led PDP governors in 2027, or lead PDP governors in 2027 power takeover plot. Now, let's go into the details. It says, less than 2 years to the next general election. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, and the main opposition party, People's Democratic Party, PDP, are already locking horns in what promises to be a fierce battle for the nation's top political prize in 2027. Both parties held their National Executive Meeting, a committee meeting, that's the NEC, in Abuja on Thursday, and unveiled strategic steps ahead of the election. Both parties also announced new leadership strategies to win over the electorate. While the APC aims to consolidate its grip on power, the PDP is positioning itself as a force to reclaim the presidency. On Thursday, the National Executive Committee of the APC named the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, Yilwada Nantawe, as substantive chairman of the party. In Imo State, or the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, who heads the Progressive Governors Forum, announced the motion for Yilwada's nomination as the party chair. Governor Uzodinma said some other things while giving his nomination. The motion was seconded by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas. Yilwada was then elected after a yay or nay vote. His emergence as the party chair is seen as part of APC's strategic plan to prepare for the 2027 election. Yilwada is 56-year-old and is an engineer, academic, and former governorship candidate of the APC in Plateau State during the 2023 general elections. His emergence as the 7th APC national chairman follows the resignation of Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, who steps down in June, citing health concerns. Now, speaking to the return of President Bola Tinubu come 2027, after he was sworn in, Nantawe pledged to unify and grow the ruling party as he formally assumed leadership of the party. He expressed deep appreciation to President Bola Tinubu, APC governors, members of the National Assembly, and all stakeholders for entrusting him with what he called a big burden at a critical political junction. There were other developments and there were further reactions as to the newly appointment or the newly election of the APC chair. Then there were also reactions from the PDP, not just to the APC chair, but as regards what's going on in their party. While the ruling party celebrated the emergence of the new chairman, governors elected on the platform of the opposition PDP vowed to challenge the APC ruling and the emerging African Democratic Congress-led coalition ahead of the 2027. Speaking on behalf of the PDP governors during the party's 101 or 101st National Executive Committee meeting held in Abuja on Thursday, the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed stated that the party would no longer tolerate acts of indiscipline. He noted that internal crisis triggered by indiscipline had recently been addressed and resolved. It's quite a long read and I can keep going and going, but I just need to give you details of what eventually unfolded yesterday in the camp of the APC and in the camp of the PDP. See details of that in not just the Punch newspaper, but across all newspapers this morning. The one I read, the headline says, Post-NEC meetings, APC, PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. It's in the Punch. Plenary till September 23rd. I'm reading from the Nation newspaper. The Senate yesterday adjourned plenary till Thursday, September 23rd. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion by Senate leader Wemi Bamidele. Senate President Godswill Akpabio said senators will be back or will do the break to conduct oversight. And he said upon resumption, each committee would submit a report on its oversight activities to the Red Chamber. Akpabio said APC senators would attend the national NEC meeting of the party at the Villa by 2 p.m. Those were the development as of yesterday. But see the Nation newspaper as to further details. Senate adjourns plenary till September 23rd. It's brought from the Punch newspaper this morning. Rivers move to avert farmer heather crisis warns contractors. It says the Rivers State government has inaugurated a committee to curb clashes between farmers and herders across the state. This comes as the government threatened to terminate jobs given to waste contractors following what's described as the poor response to refuse evacuation across the state. The secretary to the state government, Professor Ibibia Wurika, speaking during the inauguration of the committee in Port Harcourt on Thursday, said that though agriculture remains a cornerstone of Nigeria's economy, conflict within the sector, especially among farmers and herders, had resulted in the loss of lives, displacement, and disruption of economic activities. In a statement issued by the head press unit and the office of the secretary to the state government, Juliana and Marcy, and sent to newsman Professor Wakari, who is also the chairman of the committee, said the sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, was determined to foster dialogue, promote justice, and ensure the peaceful coexistence of all inhabitants. See details of that in the Punch newspaper this morning. Rivers moves to avert farmer heather crisis, warns contractor. And in the Daily Post newspaper, insecurity, residents raise alarm as 3.7 million face acute hunger in Nigeria's northeast. As put together by the Daily Post newspaper, the recent report by the International Community or Committee of the Red Cross ICRC that 3.7 million people were at risk of food insecurity in the northeast Nigeria did not only raise concerns among Nigerians, it also made a mess of the Right to Food Act of 2023. The Right to Food Act, which came into force in March 2023, mandates the government to ensure food security for Nigerians, but the ICRC's report, another recent report, have shown the government's abysmal failure to live up to that mandate, as millions of Nigerians face hunger and malnutrition on a daily basis. The ICRC has raised the alarm over worsening food insecurity in conflict-affected areas of northeast Nigeria, where more than 3.7 million people are currently struggling to access enough food. There were other things that's put together, and there were other reference. Food and Agriculture Organization, FOA, also made some concerns. UNICEF also had its own concerns. Child Nutrition Fund, CNF, also had its own concerns. World Food Program, WFP. There were other things as reported by the Daily Post newspaper this morning. You might want to grab a copy of that to see details. Insecurity, residents raise alarm as 3.7 million face acute hunger in Nigeria's northeast. In the Punch newspaper this morning, prioritize your self-care. Federal government urges Nigerians. It says the federal government on Thursday urged Nigerians to prioritize self-care, noting that it is a critical, non-negotiable pathway to achieving universal health coverage and improved well-being for all Nigerians. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, stated this at the press briefing to commemorate the National Self-Care Day, themed self-care, empowering individuals, families, and communities for universal health coverage, and the slogan Prevent, Protect, and Empower. Globally, July 24th is observed as International Self-Care Day, signifying the importance of practicing self-care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Self-care, according to World Health Organization, is the ability of individuals, families, and communities to promote and maintain their own health, prevent disease, and cope with illness with or without the support of health or care workers. Self-care interventions can include medicine, devices, diagnosis, and digital tools, just to set the record straight. From the Punch newspaper this morning, prioritize self-care. Federal government urges Nigerians. In the Daily Post newspaper, Ogun government wades in after father of triplet flees hospital. It says the Ogun state government has intervened in offsetting the bills of a 19-year-old mother identified as Temilola Adediran, who delivered triplet in a hospital in Abeokuta. Temilola, who was reportedly preparing for a senior secondary school certificate examination SSC, when she became pregnant, delivered the triplet naturally without undergoing a cesarean section. It was reported that the father of the children fled the hospital when she discovered that she had given birth. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Adijat Adele, who led a delegation from the ministry, including the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Jumoke Adewale, to pay a visit to the hospital on Thursday, disclosed that it was a response to a public call for support, extended a cash gift to the newborns, and offset the medical bills, while other mothers in the maternity ward were also beneficiaries of thoughtful gifts and kind gestures. That's the development there from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Ogun government wades in after father of triplet flees. And this story is from the Punch newspaper. Emir of Gusau dies at 71. It says the Emir of Gusau in Zamfara State, Dr. Ibrahim Bello, on Friday passed at the age of 71 after protracted illness in Abuja. The 16th Emir succeeded his father, who died on March 16, 2015. Bello, a civil servant who rose to the highest position of permanent secretary during his service in Old Sokoto and Zamfara State, served for 10 years and for a month. Confirming his demise, Suleiman Idris, the spokesperson for Zamfara State Governor Daud Lawal, commiserated the people of the state over the loss. See details of that in the Punch newspaper this morning. Emir of Gusau dies at 71. All right, 070-700-7701 or 070-727-666278. Those are the lines to call this morning to react. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my presenter.
Good morning, comrade.
It has been quite time now. Good morning, Mr. Aladoyin.
It's been a while.
Political scientists don't believe that a junta will remove the uniform and put on a civilian dress and regard him as a politician. It's wrong in politics. I want to appeal to the president to remove the administrator in River State. He's a soldier. A soldier is always a soldier. And return the legitimate government back to River State.
Right.
I am happy that the government said that the rift between himself and Wike and some other relevant politicians has been resolved. Let me appeal to the president to restore the legitimate government back to River State. Then, the statement of the president yesterday was not categorical. I expected the president to speak the truth to the governors, to take care of the grassroots. The governors are not taking care of the grassroots. Look at the allocation from Abuja this month. It's going to 2 trillion naira. It will be given to the governors. Yet there will be no reflection of this in the local government, the 774 local governments in Nigeria. And yet we have governors. Let the president be categorical. Talk to the governor.
All right, let's speak other calls. All right, thank you so much.
Good
morning. Let's speak other calls 070700 7701 or 0707276627. Good morning from wherever you're calling us from.
Good morning, the co-presenter.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling us from?
God must be with you.
Amen.
Please comrade, pay the Jimo.
All right.
All
right, go ahead, comrade.
The problem with the soul of my brother, Sunday Layorewa, rests in perfect peace.
Amen. Thank you.
The Almighty God will guide all the workers of Adamimogo and all the journalists in Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you. All right, speak to some of the stories.
Politics in Nigeria.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want them to join hands together to ensure Nigeria enjoy the dividend of democracy.
Okay.
Did anyone know the time the day we beckon or there? Let us do good and appeal to our police officer and the state government on this
all right. All right.
To let it off.
All right.
To forgive them.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution there. And that's how much we can take on this morning's show, this morning's edition of the Daily Dose at Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Ekiti. The show returns next week with another beautiful edition. Until then, my name is Doyin Ayegbusi. Good morning and enjoy the rest of the day.
This is Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Ekiti, the voice of the light.